Hello everyone. This statistics question was posted in my Facebook group and my WhatsApp group as part of the daily challenge series. This is a decent level question and we'll start with figuring out what is the wrong way to solve this question, what are the mistakes people make, and then go on to solve the question through the right approach. If you would like to be part of my WhatsApp or Facebook group, please see in the description below. If you have comments or doubts on this approach, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I personally respond to every comment, and if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get started with the wrong approach and thought process to solve this question and how it can lead you to an incorrect answer. So the question asks, what is the largest number in a certain set? The first thing that you must know, and people do not, is that a set is a sequence of numbers which are all distinct from each other. Now, it doesn't say whether it's integers or non-integers. However, you know at least that we are dealing with a set. Since we are dealing with a set, all of the numbers are different. They cannot be equal. Okay, let's start with some of the formulas in statistics that we know deal with maximum value in a certain series of numbers. One of them is range, which is a max minus a min. So basically what this says is, if we were given range and the minimum value of the numbers in a certain series, then we can figure out what the largest number is. Which other statistics formula could give us the maximum value? The other one is, if we were given that it is an arithmetic progression, so it has to be given to be an arithmetic progression, then the average or the mean equals maximum plus minimum divided by 2. So we would have to be given that it's an arithmetic progression in some way. Then we know that the average would be maximum plus minimum divided by 2. Any other formulas? Not really. These are the two formulas. And then we start looking at the question. The minimum number in the set is 50. So I know the minimum number, so that's good, but I need one additional information, which is either the range or that it is arithmetic progression and the average of the arithmetic progression, so I can calculate the maximum value in the set. However, I am only given the average. So I'm given this number, I'm given the minimum. And the first mistake some people make is, even though I'm not given the arithmetic progression, assume that given enough information, average and minimum value in statement 1 and 2, so I can calculate maximum value and they mark C is the answer. The approach is wrong. The answer they would get is correct. That is a big mistake, because if in a future question they might make the same mistake and get the wrong answer because they are ignoring the fact that it has to be an arithmetic progression for this formula to work. So that is mistake number 1. In this mistake, you end up getting the right answer. The other mistake people make is they know that it is not given to be an arithmetic series, so you cannot take this formula, right? You are not given the range, so you cannot take this formula, and since none of these formula work, they tend to mark E as the answer, which of course, as I have already said, is the wrong answer. So what are they missing? Let's talk about the right approach to solve this question. So the right approach to think about this problem is the following. There has to be some significance of why it is given to be a set, for example. So one thing that you must know about set has different numbers. Set cannot have the same number. So that is number 1. Number 2, as we said, one of the formulas that helps you find the largest number in the set is the range formula. We already know about the 2 other formulas that can give us the maximum value. If the fourth one, which we missed during the wrong approach, is understanding of how the average works and how average or mean of a set or sequence is calculated. So let's look at that. First, we'll start with looking at each of these statements individually. So statement 1, it says the minimum number in the set is 50. So the number starts somewhere here, but we don't know how many numbers are there. That is definitely insufficient to answer the question, because you need something more to go from minimum to the maximum. So this is clearly insufficient. In number 2, you are given the average of the set is 50. So there is something that you need to notice, that in statement 1 you were given the minimum as 50. Now you are being given the average as 50. So that may have some significance when we go into combining 1 and 2. For now we cannot say anything about the minimum or maximum value of the series, because 100 plus 2 divided by 2 is also 50, and 51 plus 49 divided by 2 is also 50. So having the average itself is not enough. So this is also insufficient. So now let's combine 1 and 2 and see what is given. The minimum number is given to be 50. So this means all the numbers are either 50 or more than 50, right? That's number one. So that's how you interpret this one, that all the numbers are either 50 or more than 50. In the second statement, you're given that the average is 50. How can average of a few numbers be 50? The average of the few numbers can be 50 only when some of the numbers are smaller than 50 and some of the numbers are more than 50. Then they would meet somewhere in the middle when you add them up and divide by the number of values, or if all the numbers were 50. So what that means is, if I take statement 2, I am saying that some quantities are less than 50, others are more than 50 to give the 50 as average, or all quantities are equal. If I combine these two statements, I am first mentioning that the minimum value is 50. That means there is no value less than 50 in the series. So this pathway, which is some values less than 50, is not even possible. So all the values have to be greater than 50 or equal to 50. If they were greater than 50, then there is no way their average would be 50. So this pathway is completely impossible. The only possible pathway is 50, and so all the values are same, which means minimum is equal to the largest value, and that kind of gives you the answer, but that is still not the 100% right answer. So at this point itself, you can mark the value as C and you will be okay. But have you applied the concept all the way through? And I could have made this question a little more difficult by asking you what is the number of elements in the set. And that would be a little bit more difficult question. And here is the reason why. As we talked about, a set has always unique elements. There are no repeated elements in a set. That is a basic property in a set. If I am coming to the conclusion that all the numbers in the set are equal, which is 50, however, a set cannot have more than one value of the same quantity in it. So if I'm saying all the values are equal, that means there is only one value. That is the only possibility. So basically the set S is this, which means the smaller value is equal to the larger value, is equal to the mean, is equal to the median, everything, because the number of items in the set is only one. That is the only way all the values in the set are equal. And hence finally the answer to this question is still C. However, we could have made it a little more difficult if instead of asking for the largest number or the smallest number, if I had asked you to find the number of values in the set. In which case you probably would have marked this question as E, that hey, I don't know, but you can actually derive that value as well. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you don't make these mistakes in future. If there are any questions, please put it in the comment box. Have a great day.